£30 for 2 styling tools. These are the Mark Hill Pick and Mix. Now, I have been eyeing these up for a while, in particular for this one right here. This is the Jumbo Curl, which is what we're going to review today. I did also pick up this. This is the Glam Waver, but I got all three, the tool and the 2 attachments, for 30 quid at Boots because they had them on offer for £10 each. So I thought I would review the handle and the Jumbo Curl for today, and then I'll do the Glam Waver in a separate video because it's going to be a completely different curl. The tool itself that I want to review is this. This is the Jumbo Curl. Now, as you can see, this is a pretty large curl and tongue. Now, when you read the box, it says that it is 180 millimeters long, so you can fit longer hair on it and more hair on it, which is good because when these are short, you're not getting much of a curl if you've got long hair. It's great if you've got short hair, but if you've got long hair, trying to get it on something that's cut that end off and it's only that long, you're not going to get much curl on it. So this is much longer, so you can get more hair on it and therefore get a better curl. It also is about, it's a 1.5 inches in diameter, so you are getting a pretty big curl. It's about the same size as a roller, pretty much the exact same size as a roller, just that's how big the diameter of the curling ones is. Now, the actual tool itself that you attach this to is this one that I purchased. Now, there's many different ones you can actually get, but I liked the idea of this one. This bends, so practice using this before you actually use the curl and tongue, because I was a little bit like, what the hell am I doing with this? But you turn the tool so it's pushing against, so you'd hold it like that and push it towards you, and it does that. So it's a bit like a hairdryer. So you've got it to, when you're round the back, you haven't got to do all of this or this. So your arm's getting a little bit of a rest when you're around this area. So that was what sold me with this one. Now, you can just get it when it's normal and it's just like this. So it's a complete personal preference. I've got to be honest, I couldn't care less what colour this is. This actually goes with my salon really, really well. This tool for a lot of styling when I'm doing clients, because sometimes you just want to give the front bangs a bit of an extra kick without using a hairdryer, or there's like curl pieces that you don't want to be too tight, but you just want them to be nice and just bouncy. That's why I'd been eyeing this up in particular. It was for me clients. So what we're going to do is I'm going to do my whole head using the styling tool, and we're going to see, one, if my hair will hold the curl. I don't have layers, so I haven't got much hope on it holding the curl. Also, just to see what the curl is like, how it is using the tool, so on and so forth. And then when I've used this on other people, I will leave an update in the description down below and let you know if it works better on other people, because they do have layers. Now, I have like a little few layers at the front, so we'll be able to see what it looks like there. But other than that, I don't have layers, and you do tend to need layers if you're getting like that sort of big bouncy curl. You need a layer because there's just too much weight. But we're going to see how it goes anyway, and let's just get into it. The wire is actually quite long, so which is a good thing. And I'm going to attach the attachment before I heat it up, obviously, or before I turn it on. So that's it. Oh my God, it's really big. It's actually massive when you're holding it like that. You could use it as a bleeding, it's about the same size as a rounder's bat, I think. It has got the little ledge on here. Now, before we move forward dead quickly, I do just want to talk about the attachments. When you open this handle box, you got the handle, and then you also get this. I'm never in a million years going to use this. This is the like curling tool protector for your hands. I'm never going to use that. That will just drive me crackers. But you also get a little leaflet. I'm just going to put this down because I'm nearly going to hit myself in the head. You get a little leaflet which goes on to tell you all the gear and no idea. And inside that, it's got all the different attachments that you can use with this tool. So as you can see, this is the Jumbo, and then I think that's the Glam Waver, just judging from what I can see in the camera. But you've got like a beach wave, a deep set beach wave, you've got close to a chopstick, slightly bigger than a chopstick, you've got the Jumbo Curl in the normal version, and that's what I was saying. You would rather have this size. I don't see why you go for the smaller size. That's why I always go for these, so I can use them not only on me, but then I am going to worry with clients depending on what length their hair is. I know I've got the tools to do the hair. So I'm just going to quickly brush my hair. It hasn't been brushed this morning, so don't judge. So I'm gonna do this section first. Now it does say on the jumbo curl that it heats to, what was it, 168 degrees. And then it's got a little asterisk. So it says when used with the pick and mix curl fix handle or the pick and mix handle, this barrel heats to 168 degrees. So 168 degrees, I don't know what other attachment you're gonna be able to attach it to, but let's just turn that on. I do normally use my curl and tongs at a much higher level. I've also just ate a time out and I'm drinking some water because I don't know about any of you, but doing my hair, 1 makes me hungry and 2 makes me hot. So yeah, the way, oh, sugar, just be careful you don't burn your face with that. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna, okay, so have I moved that back? Let's move that back. Okay, so straight off the bat, that's already easier. That is so much easier than doing it the other way. So the handle turning in is already the best thing because I hate, and I mean I cannot stand having to move all my arms all over the show just so I can curl my hair. I think that's why I don't do it. I just put my hair up now because I just cannot be bothered. So I'm gonna let that go. Okay, so as you can see, that has not done much to my hair. It's gave it a nice little wave, but it hasn't done much. So I'm going to wrap it again around the tongue and leave it a bit longer because it did use a pretty thicker piece. It doesn't feel that hot, not in comparison to the way I have my tools normally. I am someone who will go right to the top set, and I think the one I normally use, the Babyless one, is 230. So there is a massive difference. So I'm just gonna tip that to there, and then I'm not, I feel all stuck. Now this is just so we can see what it's like. As I said at the beginning, I know my hair is not going to curl great with this because I don't have layers and it makes such a difference. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a smaller section on this one just to see how that goes. Let's curl it this way actually. I've changed my mind. Now I'm just making it harder for myself. That go. Okay. I'm gonna rest that there. So that's that curl in. Let's do something at the front so we can see what it looks like on shorter hair. This was initially why I bought it, to do things like this when you want to do bangs or you want to do pieces on someone's hair or your own hair. Just let that go. Yeah, that's exactly the curl I wanted. That proves what I'm trying to say about longer hair not being able to hold a curl the same way as shorter hair can. That's exactly what I needed it to do. It's created that lovely little curl that you want just to frame your face. That was why I got this. So straight away, I'm liking what it's doing there. I'm gonna do it a little bit longer because I just want to see if it makes any difference, and then I will pin it. I'm going to turn it now and use it the other way. So I'm going to use it this way, just so we can try it. But I do think I'll end up having it bent all the time. It just, see that alone, just that curl then, it made it so much easier. The only thing you can't really get the knack of initially is, you know, like sometimes when you do this and then you'll curl it into your head. It's a little bit harder to do that with it when it's bent. But when it's like this, it's dead easy. You can just pull it a little bit closer to the root and do like this and whatnot. I'm going to bend it again now that I'm used to doing it. Whoop! I cannot explain enough how much you need to turn it and then turn it. Do not turn it towards your face because I've done it plenty of times now when I've nearly burnt my face. I am really liking though the bend in this tool. Like it is really good. I say one thing really quick because people don't say it in videos, and I can say it because I know the difference from when I don't have bleach in my hair. When you have bleach in your hair, I promise you, it doesn't matter what curl and tong you're using, it will curl. It will curl. When I had bleach blonde hair, my hair never curled better. It never styled better than when it was bleach, and that's because it's dry. Like, that's the reality of it. People just don't seem to want to say that or fail to acknowledge that in videos. So that makes a massive difference when doing your hair. If you've got bleach in your hair, I can promise you now, your hair will curl way better. That's why a lot of the people who use them sleep-ins, they all have blonde hair. They all have blonde hair. And it works because they've got dry hair. It's just the facts of life. Like, dry hair just curls better. Just does. I think you've seen enough of me curl, and I'm just going to fast forward all this. So I've finished all the curls. I'm now just going to let these set for like 30 minutes. Whilst I'm letting it set, I'm going to actually let my mum see if she'll let me just curl a few of her pieces. She had a curly blow yesterday. She went out last night. Now, when she's had a curly blow that hasn't had time to set as much, it doesn't last as long. So I'm hoping there's going to be a few pieces that I could maybe see if I can re-curl them. Most of the time, her hair does hold a curly blow for like a whole week. But I'm hoping because she didn't have time for it to set, it's not going to have lasted so long, and I can see if this is a great touch-up tool, because I've got a feeling that it's going to be. Up to now, what I purchased it for, with the fact that I wanted to be able to use it on clients' bangs and be able to maybe just create a bigger curl for little pieces. Up to now, I feel like confidently I can say this is living up to my expectation. I absolutely love this wand. I think this is fabulous. I think rather than doing, ow, 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 ow. Like I said, be careful with the tool. Be careful when you're doing this, please. Yeah, I'll be back in a bit. It's been 20 minutes and I think that's enough time. Nothing seems hot. So we're going to take all these out and we're going to start with the ones that I done earliest, because obviously they've had time to curl. Now, it did, in the process of letting these cool, get to curl my mum's hair, and I'm going to insert it now. So this was what it looked like from yesterday. So obviously, like I said, she'd had a curly blow, and this is what had happened. Now, normally my mum gets a curly blow and sleeps in it overnight for 24 hours, but she never got the opportunity to. But this is what it looked like when I redone it. So 100% this can be used for re-going over a curly blow. I knew that was what was going to happen, but I just wanted to see it. Do you know what I mean? I wanted to see exactly what that looked like. And my mum was made up. She was like, oh, I'll have to use that. And I was like, I can't have nothing. I cannot have nothing. When you're an only child, your mum ends up being like your sister, and my mum robs all my stuff. So this is what I'm left with. As you can see, when you look at my hair versus what my mum's hair looks like, it's just not the same. But if I had layers like these, you would be able to see all the different curl. What I do think I'm going to use this for on me personally is the bangs. That is exactly what I think I'm going to use them for, because I've been trying to find a wand that I could use so that I could just get that swoop. Now, I don't mind blowing my hair, but sometimes I just don't want to have to blow it, especially if I've got makeup on. I end up getting a watery eye because my eyes start watering from the hairdryer. So yeah, I knew from the beginning my hair wouldn't hold this curl, but I am loving this front bit. So for me, this tool is gonna work if you have layers. It's gonna work if you have shorter hair than mine. I know the minute I brush this, which I can do now for camera to be fair, I know the minute I brush this, it's just gonna fall out. Well, it's not falling out, but it's not gonna last 2 seconds. And I knew that. But what I could do is put that in a pony, and at least then it's still got that little flick at the bottom. I'm going to apologise about the noise. The noise in general, everyone's decided to jet wash their drives, cut the grass, have all sorts going on. So it's been dead hard trying to get the room quiet while I've been doing this. But love the front. Obviously, well, it has kept something. It has kept something. If I was to put this in a pony, it has kept a nice little curl. It's just not what we were aiming for. But sometimes when you're buying hairstyling tools, you've got to understand that your hair doesn't always fit the hairstyling tool. It's not the hairstyling tool that's the problem. It's your hair. Because you might have it too long, too much weight, which I do. If I had my hair down all the time, I'd go and get layers. I really, really would. It's funny because if you knew me back when I was younger and I had like ultimate emo scene queen hair, my layers were like this short at the top of my head, and then it like went like that the whole way. For me, this is 100% a recommended product, especially if you want your bangs to be curled like a curly blow without having to do the curly blow itself and doing all this. And also if you are someone who likes to maintain a curly blow, I think this is going to be 100% the battle for you. And if you can get it for £10 each, it's an absolute steal, to be quite honest with you. So yeah, hope you liked the video, guys. I hope it's helped if you've been eyeing up maybe the handle or eyeing up the attachment. Then yeah, I hope this video's helped you. If you've got hair like me, remember, it ain't gonna do much, but we move past that. We've accepted that with having this hair. And yeah, I will see you next time. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.